This question, it's about the sanctions in Zimbabwe. We do know, Mr. President, that you've been championing the lifting of sanctions in Zimbabwe to assist in the democratization of this country and also to instill some level of peace and normality in Zimbabwe. Now, have you agreed in this summit that the sanctions in Zimbabwe will be lifted? And I appreciate if Mr. Rompuy can respond to that question. Can I just squeeze in a question on climate change, please? Mr. President, also, you made a complaint about what appears to be a nagging of the European countries to make due on the commitments that they made, financial commitments that they made, to assist in the adaptation for vulnerable countries in terms of climate change. Have you agreed on that question here, that they will then fulfill the financial commitments that they made with regards to the question of climate change?
Well, we discussed the question of the issues and the differences that exist with countries with regard to the climate change. And we have agreed that we're going to try our level best to work together, to try to achieve something when we get to Durban. There are a number of issues that are always difficult, and we are both aware of the difficulties of these negotiations. But we are saying we are going to try our level best to come to some conclusions. Of course, there is a question of finances, which again is not an easy one, but the work is being done in that area. We certainly agreed that we will support each other in Durban to ensure that we come up with a better looking kind of a deal from them. I think we could not go into the specifics of the negotiations. Because we are aware of what are the issues, what happened in Copenhagen, what happened in Cancun, and what needs to happen in Durban. I think we are ready to face that and find a solution, and certainly will be on the same side. With regard to the sanctions in Zimbabwe, we discussed Zimbabwe, of course, and indicated the progress that we are making from the SADC point of view, and what are the difficulties in Zimbabwe. And certainly the European Union indicated its own view with regard to restricted measures, as the European Union calls it. Of course, in Zimbabwe it's called sanctions. Fortunately, I think they had an opportunity to meet the Zimbabwean leadership and discuss these issues. And they do have, I think, a particular view with regard to those restricted measures. I don't think I needed to speak on their behalf when they are here. So thank you very much. That's the answer. I'm sure the answer, part I'm leaving it, because you have said part of it should be answered by my colleague here.
I will be very short. First of all, we lifted some restricted measures regarding Zimbabwe a few months ago already. Second, what's the most important thing for the Union is the implementation of the global political agreement. And for us, a credible roadmap for elections is of utmost importance. It would facilitate a credible roadmap, a review of the EU restrictive measures against Zimbabwe. So if you can decode my words, that it would facilitate a review of the EU restrictive measures.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of the press conference. We will ask the President to please spend me
Excuse me. Sorry.
Mic down.
Mic down.
Microphone in front of President Zuma's face. Sit still, sit still, sit still. Hey? Yeah. Hey, Blue. No handshake.
Special session on climate change. Yes, the proposals will continue with this matter. But the segment on climate change, I'm joined. Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sorry guys.
Sorry, dude.
We will only have 4 questions. We already have the list of...
Ladies and gentlemen, this summit takes place at a crucial juncture, and the world is faced with very important challenges also from an economic point of view. And as you know, South Africa is a key partner for the European Union. The establishment of a strategic partnership 4 years ago was a significant milestone in our relations. We want to further deepen our engagement, and when we say a strategic partner, it means that apart from our bilateral relationships that has been deepening in many areas, that we try also to discuss and cooperate also in matters of global importance.
Priority areas of aid and trade into a truly strategic partnership.
And I'm pleased that our relations have continued to strengthen since last year, and that we now cooperate in an increasing numbers of matters, including science and technology, energy and the environment, education and health, to mention just a few.
Made with regards to the question of climate change.
Well, we are pleased with progress we have made since our last meeting in Brussels. Today's meeting have shown that South Africa's relationship with the European Union continues to develop as equal partners and is characterized by mutual respect and bargaining cooperation.
The sanctions in Zimbabwe. We do know, Mr. President, that you've been championing the lifting of sanctions in Zimbabwe.
Thank you.